Hello and welcome back to Too Young for This, Too Old for That with Anji and Annie, where we discuss intergenerational differences and similarities across a 30-year age gap. Now, this week, Anji, why are we dressed like this?
Welcome everyone to one of our Gen in 10 episodes where in 10 minutes Annie and I pick apart one of the intergenerational issues of the week. It's the little sister to our bigger podcast. Well, why do you think I'm dressed like this, Annie?
I've got a feeling it's got something to do with Coachella. Now, Anji, the question is, do you think as a 53-year-old you can be dressed like this to go to Coachella? What do we think of that?
I don't see anything wrong with it at all, to be honest. And I think, though, the story that you're mentioning is that they've been several people this week. Madge, Her Highness, Justin Trudeau, and the Perry, and anyone else who've been over 50s.
Madonna performing with Sabrina Carpenter, and I've seen lots of like memes and reels and reactions to it. Even Justin Bieber coming back and I know he's not like old, but he's not like 16, 18 anymore. He's definitely like a generation nostalgia act.
Really, already? Little Justin.
Yeah.
I think it was, for me, though, it was Madge dancing in the crowd. Did you see that video of her
Who's
dancing?
Madge? Madonna.
Madonna, Madge.
Do you call her Madge?
Her Madgeness.
This is a group of local seniors, affectionately nicknamed Old Chellas, has become a beloved staple of the Coachella Valley Music and Arts Festival, cheering on attendees with signs and positive messages. Vogue even released an article calling it Coachella Elders Festival Tips for Older Attendees. And they also got their legacy performers, such as like David Byrne.
David Byrne.
The Old Chellas cheerleader squad, local seniors greet visitors on their way in. So this is a big deal. This is, for me, this year, Coachella's gone through a lot of different like reinventions. But what prompted this article was Angie sent it to me, like she was saying, Justin Trudeau being sat. I'm sure we will put the picture here with Katy Perry, like he's at Reading Festival, eating a box of noodles, and everyone's going, hang on, this man is like in his 50s, he's got children, and he's acting like a teenager. I mean, is that culturally allowed? I mean, free will, you're allowed to do whatever you want.
Culturally allowed. For me, the Justin Trudeau thing is more that he's an ex-prime minister, right? And so is it fitting that an ex-prime minister should be sitting around doing that rather than a 50-something? I mean, let's face it, he's hot. He's always been hot, and he looks like he's living his best life. Yeah, he's going out with Katy Perry, but I don't know what to say about that. We'll save that one. But yeah, go for it, Justin.
And also, he's not like a serving prime minister at the moment. Like, he's done his time. Like, he's okay. He's still like a political figure. But I remember there was all this conversation came up when Angela Rayner was pictured. I think she was vaping on a kayak while she was.
She went clubbing. She went clubbing.
Yeah,
and that's, I think, is fine too, though. But I don't know. Madonna and her dancing just seemed a bit fake to me. I didn't like it. You're going to have to go and watch it. She's wearing a white coat when she's in the crowd. It just looked a little bit over the top because no one else was dancing. So I don't know whether I should have a beef with that. Generally, I think any age will do. And, you know, the kids don't own Coachella or Glastonbury or anything else for that matter. Yeah, most of these things we invented.
Well, like Glastonbury is, I think, a really good example because a lot of the people, like all my mates are kind of like, oh yeah, I want to go to Glastonbury. Glastonbury's the only festival I want to go to. But it feels like it's like culturally acceptable that you can go to Glastonbury as an older adult, if that makes sense. Like that's okay, that's cool. But like Coachella feel like it's owned by the influencers. And like this year, so Madonna came out on stage with Sabrina Carpenter and they sung Like a Prayer. Apparently Madonna was a la auto-tuned. But like, fine, it's Madonna. Like, do you know what I mean? She's there.
So should I hang up my feather boa? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I don't know. What are you saying? Because on one hand, I'm like, go for it. But then on the other hand, you're like, Madonna was dancing embarrassingly in the crowd. So what do you think?
I know, it's interesting. That's double standards, isn't it?
No, but it's fast. I wasn't expecting it.
What, me saying that?
Yeah.
It's just there was something about it, just like, oh, please, Grandma, sit down. But then Madonna's not 50, right? Madonna's how old? We should probably look that up. Does it?
Madonna's
It's not
like,
about. I don't know. I just thought.
so are you
Oh,
saying cringe is separate to age? Like, was it cringy even
it
if
was
she was
cringe. It wasn't
23?
to do with age. It was cringe.
Right. That's the
It
difference. Is
was a
that even if
showing off cringe, and that's what I didn't like about it. Other than that, she can do no wrong. I mean, obviously, well, we can talk about the plastic surgery another time, but yes. So Justin Trudeau, I think, tick, off you go. Madonna, yes, go for it. Show the kids what you're made of.
Yeah.
And anyone else that wants to go out and have a good time, why not? What have you got that you're going to go be letting your hair down at, Annie? Coming up, Cheltenham Festival, Glyndebourne, Ascot.
I the thing is, this is my issue, is that like, well, a lot of people are, I actually would go to Glastonbury. I would do a Glastonbury. I think that's like a right laugh. I think I feel the same though. I think Trudeau looked, I think it's not just to do with him looking hot. Hang on, this is a good question. If Trudeau wasn't an absolute like smoking ex-Canadian president in a backwards baseball cap, looking like a right dish, sorry. If that was, say, politics aside, say that
Imagine
was
it
like,
was Keir Starmer.
exactly. Let's say, imagine it was Starmer or Johnson or like,
No, forget
one of,
Johnson. We're not even
or just
mentioning
like,
him on our
yeah,
podcast. Imagine it
or like,
was Keir Starmer in a backwards hat, or David
yeah,
Cameron. Yeah,
yeah.
probably
You know what I mean?
your house totty. Is he David Cameron?
He's very much not sarcastic. I think, I think when I was like 10 at an all girls convent and he was a prime minister, I think there was a lot of like all girls, Surrey girls who fancied him, and it was very confusing. But
Oh.
but I blame the
Yeah, okay. So
convent.
if David Cameron, the Lewis family crush, was at Coachella wearing a backwards facing baseball cap, what would you all have thought?
I think that would go down badly. I think that would be cringe. It would go one or two ways. People would either go legend, like fairs, that's lols, and it would get turned into a meme, or it would go down as the cringe of all cringe. Does being hot mean, when as you age or aging well, mean you can get away with stuff in terms of like culture?
For
Does it
sure.
mean that?
For sure.
Yeah, Madonna, Trudeau, they're really like, okay, Madonna's had a lot of work done, sure, but like they're very like objectively attractive, look great for their age people. So therefore, can they kind of get away with them being in a mosh pit at Coachella? But if that was someone who, if it was Starmer,
Oh, so okay, so what would you say if your mum and dad decided to go? Well, so I'm going to Ibiza for my birthday in June.
I think that's cool.
What would you say if your mum and dad went clubbing with me?
I just don't think they would. They just, no, not because of you, Angie, but my parents are not going clubbing. There's just no way. I'd be more concerned as like invasion of the body snatchers.
Are you coming clubbing?
But me, I'd go clubbing.
Would you?
Yeah, in Ibiza, I would. In Ibiza, I would. I think also though, like I do get what you mean. Like sometimes though, without naming names, I do see like friends of parents, like parents of my mates or like stuff like that, and you kind of sometimes see like things that they do, and you think, is there past a point where you just go, no,
It
can't do that anymore?
it could be past the point that the 4 or 5 of us that are going to Ibiza in our 50s probably shouldn't be.
Do you think? I
I
don't do.
don't
Well,
know.
isn't like Ibiza like it used to be a real party hub, but now it is that. But it's also come back as like a bit of a beautiful spectacle.
Well, we will find out, won't we? And the clubs don't open till 1, so I think that's the bigger question. They don't
To
open till
one.
1 o'clock.
Oh
So
my
there's every
god.
likelihood we'll be sitting around drinking Ovaltine, looking at each other through like side eyes, going, actually, could just lie here, look at the stars.
Maybe we need to do an episode with you live from Ibiza.
No, I don't think so.
So really, the question that's come from this podcast is not necessarily just about Coachella. It's more about the standards of aging. Is it more acceptable that you can get away with more things if you're older and attractive and you're a silver fox? Is it that no, it is just cringe in its own right, regardless of of your age? That's really the question that's come up.
What do you think? I know my answer to that. I think if you're going to rock who you are at any age, it's all good. I think if I was to turn up at Coachella in my Marks and Spencer's elasticated waist leggings, and a mum top, that might be a bit. What do you think?
I agree because I think that would be really embarrassing though, even if you were like 22 and you showed up. If I showed up in like my M&S like finest, I still think that would be embarrassing. But I think it's like if you're older and you own everything about it, and you do a Stevie Nicks and you walk in, or a Meryl Streep, and you're like, I've aged when I'm amazing, then it's pretty badass. I think it's about owning it, like you said.
Yep. So badass is the thing.
Boom.
Badass is the thing. On what note? Which note? I'm supposed to be going to see the Prodigy on Friday at Wembley with Carl Cox. And listeners, earlier on, Annie doesn't know who the Prodigy are.
Do I know any of their songs?
Oh my God.
The Prodigy.
Annie, we're going to have to break up.
The Prodigy Essentials. Firestar.
Have you never heard Firestarter before?
Who are these men? They look so angry. Are those crabs? What the It's very aggressive. Jericho, like the biblical Jericho. That's very, like, biblical.
So I went to. You could play Smack My Bitch Up, but I think that might not be de rigueur anymore. So I first went to see the Prodigy in 1994.
Anji's got like very edgy taste.
Were you born then? The Prodigy aren't edgy.
Yes.
Buddy's going with his mate.
No, voodoo people. My God.
The only reason I might not go is because my leg's not recovered. But and I bought tickets in the standing area, which might get a bit leery. So yes.
You're gonna see the Prodigy standing.
Well, I possibly.
I love how I'm like, you're seeing the Prodigy standing, and I didn't know who they were 3 minutes ago.
Right, listeners, viewers, thank you very much for watching this episode. I think we can conclude with several points that we have agreed on. Number one, you can get away with anything if you've got style and a bit of rizz, although no one's going to enjoy me saying that. Number two, Annie probably isn't suited to a Prodigy gig.
No.
And number three, we would love to hear what you think about what you can get away with. So what's the youngest thing that an oldie out there listening has got away with? We want to hear. Tell us in the comments. And if you've got any questions for our future episode, the Agony Aunt one, let us know. And
please follow us on all our social medias at tooyoungtoold.pod. Thank you so much to our lovely sponsors, Wilfred's Drinks. As ever, be sure to shop them on Ocado and Amazon. And make sure you follow us, Instagram, TikTok, the whole lot, and slide into our DMs. Now, from Annie in her ascot top and Anji for Glastonbury or Coachella, we will see you for our next longer form episode next week.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Cheers, Mike.